Hey guys, what's going on? Peety here. Today we're going to be talking about these suckers, the gold coins. So they're used to upgrade all your tech. You get them from completing missions, Battlefield daily rewards, Battlefield result rewards, and daily login. So completing missions is up here. Your Battlefield daily rewards is right here, earning these events. You also get your daily missions where you collect these coins and you can come to redeem. And you can, I already redeemed mine for the day, but you can redeem them right here using those coins. And the last thing, daily login. So every day the server resets, you should know what time it is. For me, it's 6 p.m. The server resets and you get Commander XP as well as gold, and you also can get it that way. And then finally, the Battlefield result, playing, getting through a battlefield, getting victory, and having a high score and rank will get you a lot more gold at the end, for around 100 to 200k per battlefield, depending on how well you do. Well, those are the ways you can acquire it. Now, the things you can spend it on are class tech, depending on which class you are, as well as putting them into units. So the most efficient way to do this is you got to put it into your class tech first. Class tech is the most important thing. It's more important than upgrading your units because you get broad bonuses such as this, area units plus 10%. Now, that's not always true. If you look, I'm a 121 airman, and to upgrade this, it costs 51k gold. Now I'm 137 tanker. To upgrade this, it costs 99k gold. And that's only 16 levels, and it's double the gold. So they have the gold set on an exponential growth. The higher up in the ranks you get, the more it costs. So there's going to become a point when you have most of the things that you need done, and you're going to be sitting here like, man, like this tank units bonus, attack versus building, that'll go to plus 30%. That'd be really good for me. Except, like, just on the rate that it's now, 100k per upgrade, that costs 1.5 mil gold coins just to get this, and then not even counting the amount of time. So you think, man, 1.5 mil gold for plus 30%, is that worth it? And that's the decisions you got to make, okay? But that's up to you completely. Like, to you it could be, to me it is, but I'm just upgrading other stuff right now. Eventually you'll get to a point, like I know people that have like 190 tanker, and it's 300 to 400k gold per upgrade, and it's just ridiculous. So make sure whenever you're teching this stuff up, this is the #1 priority until you get into, I would say, the 150 range. Then you really want to start sitting there and being like, man, should I get some units up? What should I, is this worth it? You know, and take a look at it like that. Now, moving into our units. So with the units, I know I've talked a lot about selecting your units and what you want to play. So for me, I'm airman. Literally, the 3 endgame units I use is strat bombers, flak, and jets. Occasionally, I'll switch out strat bombers with avros depending on what's going on in the field. But those are the 4, I guess, units that I use. So I need to max these puppies out, right? Well, that is true. They do need to be maxed out. My flak are really lacking. But the point I want to make here is there's a whole lot of game until I get these strat bombers out on the field. The first day, the second day, if I have a bad field and I can't get up an LC or something, those days are very important because you can get run off the map and it can slow down your progression or restart it completely when teching up to those things. That's same is true with tanker, same is true with cannoneer. Okay, so you want to also look at the units you use early game. So I use light tanks. That's it. I use a lot of light tanks, and then I used to use Stugs. That's why these are pegged out. But I had a little bit of Tigers, a little bit of M40, but nothing crazy. So you can see I kind of scattered stuff out. I didn't have to max everything. I just kind of scattered some out on units I used, and the reason is because it's dirt cheap. It is dirt cheap to upgrade this stuff from like level 1 to level 12, right? Now let's look at how much it costs my strat to go from level 26 to 85. Yeah, and all I get is plus 10 to infantry, plus 12 to defense. So what I'm gonna say is it's very cool to have maxed out strats. Very cool, and I want them. But you also need to put some money into your other stuff that you use. Not only just late game, but early game too. So if you're going to decide I want to do light tanks, make sure you get your light tanks up to a good level. If it starts costing a lot of gold, that's when you can say, okay, that's fine. I'll stay there. And that's pretty much what I did with most of this stuff. My tigers, they started costing a little bit of gold. I'm like, okay, level 17 is fine, you know. And then if I ever switch to tanker again instead of airman, I'll start focusing it a little heavier. But sometimes I do roll around with tigers early game as an airman, so I just want to make sure that they're a good level. And I think if you keep that mindset and you just kind of put in just a little bit, just a hair, you're going to set your army up and boost your army up a lot higher instead of just upgrading one unit. And then once you get that unit out, you're good. But before that, you're a scrubby. So that's it. I'll recap. Make sure this is always going. If you don't have 2 labs, you're just focusing on 1, that's 100% fine. Make sure it's going at all times because this research time gets to be a lot. Make sure you're constantly putting into it, and make sure you always have gold coins enough to supply the next purchase. This is going to be done in a week. So when it starts coming a day or 2, I'll make sure I have my gold ready to go. And then with the extra money that you have, come into your units and focus on your endgame units, but also give a little bit of love to these early ones. Okay. I think that'll get you in the right mindset, and that'll get you exactly where you want to be in terms of being able to fight really well in this game. So that's all I had, guys. I really appreciate you watching. If you got any questions about gold or anything else, any video recommendations, drop them in the comments. I'll check them out. I'll make a video about them. And that's it. I appreciate it, guys. Peety out.